Well, yeah, I would only go with Will. If Will really wants to see something and he wants a buddy to come with him, I'll do it.
Then you'll have the willpower to go do it.
There you go. When there's a will, there is a way, right?
Classic.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Stay with us.
Dude, when you pull that out, it feels so good. You hear a little pop in your brain.
Do you have tweezers, Joe?
Oh,
you got it.
Oh, you could hear that.
See? Feels good.
In my eyes.
Feels good.
I hate eyebrows. I wish I had good eyebrows. You have good eyebrows, Joe. You have good eyebrows.
Thanks, Matt.
Some days.
Guys, I just want to introduce you to Matt King and Mike Sheffer from the Hoot and Half Podcast, Good Influences Podcast, and they will be joining Lightweights Podcast going forward.
Going forward?
They have left their old pods and they're joining the new.
You didn't run this by us at all.
Did you talk to our publicist about this?
I did. They signed you up.
The embargo is not till July, though.
What does embargo mean?
You don't know what embargo means.
This guy.
Someone doesn't get free PR products.
Oh, speaking of, somebody might be coming on this podcast that you are a fan of.
This episode?
Not this, I wish.
I was hoping you were going to surprise us with someone today, but I was like, there's no way Joe could fit a fourth person in this.
On my chair?
Can I guess who the surprise guest is?
Yes.
Or the one that you're going to have on that Michael?
It's in the world of Mike Sheffer.
Music related.
Negative.
Comedy related.
Possibly.
What, I'm going to be a fan of someone that you're having on the podcast.
They're a comedic actor.
Indeed, they are an actor.
Oh, legend. Do they have well over $100 million?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not Jerry Seinfeld.
And I thought it was Adam Sandler.
Could be in the realm of Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, you're getting Jason Alexander. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Less. He possibly dated Julia Dreyfus on the show.
Bryan Cranston?
He was
on Seinfeld as the dentist.
Oh, that she dated?
A guy that dated Elaine on Seinfeld?
Patrick Warburton.
Who's Patrick Warburton?
Wait,
the voice of
the guy from Family Guy. You're getting Patrick Warburton, Joe.
Possibly.
But wait, is he the voice of Patrick?
He is, what's his name?
Joe on Family Guy.
Skibbity Squeak. Oh, he was also in Emperor's New Groove?
Yes.
He's
yes.
Kronk.
Yes.
Joe.
Cusco.
And got a sport team. He's a Devils fan. There's a whole episode. Oh my God, Joe. Look at this. I'm wearing a New Jersey Devil shirt.
You have to sit next to me on the chair so we can talk to him.
Do you see my hat?
New Jersey Street Hockey.
This was an Instagram ad that I got served.
Course.
And I was like, I know that Matt's going to hate it because it's an Instagram ad, but it's a cool hat.
Those did kind of fool me at first. I do think that they're cool hats, especially the bottom green bill for the people who are listening. Yeah, just as New Jersey Street Hockey. It's more just a state of mind kind of thing. That's what I hate. When you go into Abercrombie and they're selling these shirts that are like, oh, East Hampton Tennis Club or Monaco Sailing Club. It's not real, and you do not go there. And listen, I'm a pretty waspy, preppy, old money kind of guy.
Literally wearing a shirt from Abercrombie that says 3M Tennis Club.
Yeah, like what is that? They just take a brand and slap it on a shirt?
But they've rebranded themselves, and that's why they're killing the game. Abercrombie's at the top.
Yes, I agree. Abercrombie is way back. They do have very good, reliable pieces and good neutrals and staples for people to buy.
Insane collaborations with the NFL. They have every team.
The graphic tees, though, like the fake graphic tees, like Greenwich, Connecticut Tennis Club,
or girls, or not girls, but like sporty and rich. Like if you having to put that on a shirt to communicate that you are sporty and rich, I'm sorry.
So you don't like that brand, but you like Abercrombie.
No, we love Abercrombie.
I want to support anybody.
If they sponsor things, we love Abercrombie.
No, I want to support any people pursuing entrepreneurship and creative endeavors and businesses. I want to support that. I'm just saying, consumers, why are you buying something that you're just trying to communicate a bit of personality?
Oh, I bought a Wyoming hoodie from there the other day.
But why? Why not just get the blank?
What's up, guys? Real quick, today's video is sponsored by Aura. Protect yourself from identity theft, fraud, and online threats. The FBI reports that there's $10.3 billion in losses due to cybercrime. There's no better time than today to protect yourself. You can get alerted if your online accounts, your personal info, your social security number, or your home titles have been compromised. Plus, I love the scam call protection. I'm getting them now more than ever. You can block those scam calls with their AI-powered scam assistant. Especially if you guys are looking for a new car or housing, credit monitoring and credit lock will alert you if someone tries to take out credit in your name, which has happened to me in the past, and it is a nightmare to deal with. So if you want to support this podcast, or if you need to protect yourself, go to aura.com/lightweights to get a 14-day free trial. You can see for yourself if any of your personal information has been compromised. Do not wait. Protect yourself today. Again, that's Aura, AURA, aura.com/lightweights for your 14-day free trial. Thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this video. And now back to the video.
Well, wait.
Get a blank shirt? Or
A blank hoodie. Like their quality is really good for the blanks, but why?
I love the vibes of Wyoming. I'm a Wyoming guy.
There's nothing wrong with the tourist tee. I like a good little sweater that says San Francisco.
Have you ever been to Jackson Hole?
Not yet, but it's on my list.
It is weird you're wearing
That's what I'm
merch from a
saying.
state that you've never been to. Actually, I would never do that because then people come up to you in public
Right.
and go, "Hey, Wyoming, where
How
you from? Jackson Hole?"
No one comes up to me in public.
I mean, that's...
Well, get ready. A lot of people from Wyoming are gonna start coming up to you.
You have to give them credit, though, for the fact that they turned the entire company around.
It's yours.
No, I have a water bottle. Sorry. I'm just.
They turned the entire company around. That's crazy.
They've been around, though, since like 1899 or something.
Abercrombie?
They're
Yes.
a very old heritage company.
They were like a hunting menswear company, and then they were bought though like
By Hollister?
by the guys who created Hollister and stuff, and then they kind of rebranded as a traditional like prep brand, but also in a very like creepy
Predatory
way.
kind of way.
Yes.
Was Abercrombie popular by you as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Well, we grew up in the same neighborhood, so
Oh, me and you, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Freehold Mall.
everyone shopped at that Abercrombie.
If you had the little moose logo on your breast pocket freshman year of high school, you were a rich kid.
Ooh, you have money.
Yeah.
Were you a mall kid?
Oh yeah, love the mall.
Every Friday night you'd go?
No, not Friday night because it's Shabbat, so I was home. But
So would you go Saturday night?
yeah, oh yeah, big Saturday night. Also, the Toys R Us.
You would go there too.
I love a Toys R Us.
Wait, your Toys R Us was conjoined to your mall?
It was like next to the mall.
It was a little bit of a walk.
Usually, yeah, but
Same
then
center.
The toy store that usually was in a mall was like a KB Toys
Or like
we
a
had that,
Zany
but then it went
Brainies.
away.
Zany Brainies, Oodle Caboodle.
I don't remember that one.
Or Oodle Canoodle or something.
I was
like
always
that.
trying to see what the new yo-yo coming out was. 'cause
From
there-
KB Toys?
Yeah, there was always like the Yo Mega and the Spitfire, and I was very big into yo-yos.
all made by Duncan, or are these like
No,
off
different brands. Duncan is a brand, but I used to fantasize that I would like get all the girls and like be one of those guys that is really good at doing like the cat's cradle and
Dude,
stuff.
yo-yo kids always got the girls.
Did you ever have a yo-yo guy come to your school?
No.
We in PE had a yo-yo week, and like it was a guy who did like like a little like mini pep rally, or like a what do they call it when you go down and you watch something in the cafeteria?
an assembly.
An assembly, and the guy would do yo-yo tricks, and then he would fucking sell you his yo-yos, and then we
it
would,
was a sales pitch.
and then PE class we would watch his video, and then do yo-yo tricks.
We had R.L. Stein come and speak to our class once.
Get out
That's
of
pretty
here!
cool.
That was the coolest.
What kind
That's-
of guy is he?
An
Like,
author?
was he like quiet and like, hey kids, I'm gonna tell you about, or is he like, hey, how's it going?
No, R.L. Stein is kind of like a creepy dude, but he's very nice and has like a heart of gold.
Do you know his net worth?
Oh, can
Probably
we guess?
pretty high.
Please.
I would say 200 mil.
Literally that on Google.
Is it exactly that?
Exactly 200 mil.
I wish that was like a Price is Right, but we just guess people's net worth.
The net worth is right.
And I wish we could know for sure. Because I reached out to him on Instagram trying to get him on. He responded.
R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said he's not doing PR run right now. But eventually.
He's got to be old right now, right?
Probably. I assume he wrote those books when he was 40.
What is your cold DM to people that you try to get on the show? Is it the same for everyone, or do you tailor it per
You
person?
up?
It's always I always send them at 3 a.m. It's tailored to who they are and what their vibes are.
Do you give them like a little sizzler reel or an example of what the interviews will like, or do they just go to the page and see what the vibe will be?
They go to the page and see, but I make sure that the page is very what I want it to be if I'm reaching out to somebody. So I'm not going to have 9 food videos and then reach out to somebody who...
Right, you'll curate it.
Yeah.
But do you think about do you ever think about what the first like 3 to 4 words of the DM are going to be? Because if you DM someone that you don't follow, they're only going to see those first 3 or 4 words. So if you're like, hey Joe, how's it going? That's like every other DM. Are you trying to come up with some sort of clickbait?
help me, help!
I really need you on my podcast.
Yeah.
No, I think my photo and the verified check mark are really good enough.
Oh,
They're
that's
really-
fair.
So even when the Backstreet Boys came on, he said that he came on because
Which Backstreet Boy?
AJ
AJ
McLean.
McLean.
Oh, right, AJ.
he saw my photo, so that's kind of what lured him in, and then he saw my page, and then he saw
What
my
is your
vibes.
photo? Are you shirtless with a 6-pack or something?
No, it's like my face with a backwards hat, and I have sunglasses, and I'm going like, shh.
And AJ saw that and was like, this is my guy.
There he
This
is.
is my
Because what
guy.
I'm thinking about is if I get DMs, like, everyone is getting people sliding in all the time. It's like the same intro. Hey, hi. And I'm like, if someone points out something like on your latest episode, ... I'm like, oh, I need to know what happened. Like, I want to open this. It's a little more intriguing. And so maybe could up your success rate if you split test some new openings.
This is why he's my manager.
See, this is what I like about these podcasts. We're working together. We're trying to do a pitch meeting. We're trying to figure it out. You know?
Yeah.
Who else should I reach out to?
Well, if you're already reaching out to R.L. Stein, I think you're on to like something kind of cool.
He'd be a really good ball.
Get like Lemony Snicket on.
I never read his books.
Oh, damn. What about...
Is that his real name?
Well, it's his pen name.
Okay, I was going to say.
But do you think R.L. Stein's name is R.L. Stein?
Probably.
Yeah, it's probably like Robert
Lee Stein, yeah.
Oh. Okay. I guess it always kind of like looks like, you know.
I just don't think Lemony Snicket is anybody.
Mark holding that baby. Oh, he looks
what
like
about
a lemony.
Mary Pope Osborne from the Magic Tree House series.
Never read. I don't think I read
Mark
that.
Brown, our author.
Nope.
What about Eric Carle, who did The Hungry Caterpillar?
K.A. Applegate, who did Animorphs.
That'd be cool.
Are people still reading Animorphs?
I doubt
Yeah,
it.
Kids out
people
there.
who... Never mind.
I'm a big Animorphs fan. I don't care what anybody says.
I remember the first Animorphs book. Was it with the dolphin one, right?
I don't remember.
And his name was Marco Polo.
Actually?
Yeah, I just remember that was like the opening chapter of the Animorphs about the kid who turns into a dolphin. But the Animorphs, were they selected Animorphs? How did they become Animorphs?
What? Say that question again.
They're not like the Power Rangers where they like get pre-selected with their powers and stuff. But Animorphs, was there something like in the water in this town, and then they all get mutated?
I believe it was the Andalites, which are the aliens. If they touch you, then you get the power to turn into an animal.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a TV show. It probably wasn't great in hindsight, but I loved the show. And the Goosebumps show was great.
Goosebumps show was really good.
I used to have a glow-in-the-dark Goosebumps shirt.
Dun, 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 dun. Ba-da-da-ding. Remember the theme song?
Kind of.
And like the little G is going over the town.
Oh,
and stuff.
it's like a liquid G. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and then it goes over like the dog's eyes, and he like looked like demonic eyes and stuff. The Haunted Mask was my favorite.
I feel like everyone that watches this show is probably born after the year 2000, so they have no idea what any of the stuff we just talked about are.
I bet they know like Are You Afraid of the Are You Afraid of the Dark, or like Camp Fear.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah,
That was going off right when I was starting to watch TV.
There's so many celebs that were like in Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like I think like Ryan Gosling has like a whole episode too.
Wow.
Have we talked about this on this pod?
Not Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, okay.
Growing up, did you guys watch Rugrats and Cat Dog?
Oh my
Were
God.
those the go-to?
Yeah. One fine day when a wolf met a bird,
a baby was born in a bubble stirred. No, only a bundle in a Kenon flag. It's a feline canine, little cat dog, cat dog, cat dog, alone in the world with a little cat dog. Out on the road and back in town.
Now we're gonna get flagged.
Pack dog down. Try to rest above. We gotta try to get along. Gotta get together. Gotta sing this song, cat dog.
Did you Google these lyrics?
No. Yeah, I knew.
Yeah,
Joe,
this is a setup question.
But this was pre-TiVo. Like, how did you get all that was a big intro.
Can I tell you? It was always on after a show that I watched, and I would just watch the intro and then turn the channel. So I have the intro is the thing that I remember the most. And you have Angry Beavers over there. Did you have someone from the show on Angry Beavers here?
Daggett came over.
Oh.
And I had Cat from Cat Dog come over.
Oh.
You ever get Tara Strong on?
I just had E.G. Daily, Rugrats.
She works out at my gym.
Really?
Yes.
Who lifts more, you or her?
She mostly is on the treadmill or the elliptical. I always kind of like look at her, and she kind of like, we make eye contact, and I give her this smile, and I think she knows that I know who she is, and I'm just,
that's it.
Yeah,
You're
like
the
I'm like,
demographic.
yeah, just like the voice of my childhood. Like I always give respect.
Right.
This morning I saw Jesse Metcalf at the gym.
That's cool.
John Tucker.
That's a good one.
I texted Patricia immediately.
I saw Will Ferrell the other day.
See him at the gym all the time.
No.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
I don't want to say where I go.
And you've Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster, I do see. But yeah. Wait. Where were we?
How long are you at the gym that you see these people? Are you just waiting?
No, I'm not waiting. I'm lifting the weights. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get that, dude. Yo, muscle.
Hey, that's right, bud.
Yo, does anyone have a high level of testosterone?
Oh,
I do.
This guy. He
Really?
won't stop talking
Wait.
about it.
Did you do your research on this, or you're actually asking this question?
No, I'm just curious randomly.
Did I talk about this on camera?
You said this, I swear, 2 years ago, and then you brought it up again that you got a blood test again.
Yeah, and it's even higher this time.
How do you have such a high level of testosterone?
I think it's probably a condition that I need to get checked out. It's probably like a hormone imbalance because I'm clearly not the guy who should have.
No, you're like the guy.
I don't know.
You're like Boomer Doom guy. You know, you're boom.
Boom! or Doom.
Double chunk
Chocolate cookie. Big Justice.
And AJ?
Oh, yeah. Little Riz. Yeah, all of that. I will go on their live streams and just like, and like say, I love you guys. Like, thank you, Matt King. I'm such a dork for them, man. I can't get enough.
They're a great father-son duo.
I'm very invested in it, but I'm just like, what's going to happen when,
His voice changes?
Yes. I just think like, hey.
Is this the Costco guys?
Yeah.
Oh. What's their deal?
They're just great.
Like,
they're great family content.
But are people ironically watching it, or do people actually are like, this is actually entertaining?
I think it's surpass ironically watching it and then just being so invested in the lore.
Yeah, I'm invested in the lore of it.
I think you get past like watching things out of irony and then it turns into pure lore.
And you're excited about
Yeah,
it. It's like, oh my God, they're doing this collab with whoever else.
Oh, they're getting like big sponsorships?
Yeah. And it's just like, I think they're in a fight. I think like him and like the Rizzler are like jealous of each other. Run this clip back and they'll just like overanalyze every little thing about them.
Did you see the top 4 podcasts on Spotify came out recently? Yeah, the Hawk Tua girl is the top 4th.
For the week.
I'm still saying, I mean, that's pretty fucking insane. Good for her. You know,
good for her.
I like the meme format on Twitter where it'll be like, wow, I can't believe the Hawk Tua girl got this guest, and it'll be like her and Kim Jong-un. Or
yeah.
Like, what a get for Haley Welch.
Yes.
Good for her. I think I also went on TikTok recently, and you know, TikTok will sometimes show you, if you haven't been on in a while, a video from like 3 months ago. There was a video that Matt Grippy posted, and he was like, the Hawk Tua girl, you have to fucking put your pedal to the metal and like turn this 15 seconds into a career. Like Brittany Broski had her kombucha girl moment, and now she is a fucking empire. Like,
is that what blew her up?
That was her first like
For
foray
Brittany?
into the
Yeah.
internet. Yeah.
But Brittany was prepared.
She's also absolutely brilliant comedically, business-wise, like personality-wise.
One of the smartest people.
Wait,
Like,
so she blew up from a meme?
She's kombucha girl. Like,
Well,
that's,
the face of.
yeah.
yeah.
But like that could have just been the meme of the week, and no one ever heard of her again.
Oh, but she was able to capitalize on it.
Yes, because she's smart and hardworking. And similar, like with Hawk Tua girl, that's like a 15-second clip. Could have just disappeared into the ether, but she figured out how to like make herself into a brand, and it's crushing.
Apparently, she's made $1 million already.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Good for her.
Appearances. Now she has the podcast.
Also, like I feel like when you get a hot like thing where there's a lot of eyeballs on, it's easy to get money from like gambling companies or like promoting events where people want to sell tickets to something. There's ways to transact.
Now it just makes like anybody just when they see on the street videos, they're just coming up and just trying to say something weird. You know how it is, a little libbity doodah. Like, you're the libbity doodah man.
I was
like,
still so blown away that you were on CartARS.
yeah,
That is
dream come true.
organically too. Like
Organically.
truly,
It caught it in the wild. Was not a setup at all. I'm honestly, I'm just waiting for the day it happens again. But it's something you just can't.
Oh, you want to go
recreate.
back?
squeak biddly beep beep.
I don't go to the grocery store anymore.
He's not from here, though, is he?
He travels all over.
Oh, so you just happen to be at the right city at the right store at the right time.
Yeah,
he's
I
like-
bet he lives out here though. I could see him living out here.
No, the places that he looks like he does is like Florida. I feel like.
Okay, maybe you're right.
We got a lazy bones over here. Why don't you put your cart back?
Yeah.
I think he's a great net positive for society.
You think we need more
Oh, yeah.
CartARS?
Yeah, but what are the things instead of returning your cart that you think should be things people should get called out on for not doing?
Oh, that's a good one, Matt.
Like, I'm not trying to think about airplanes, but that's really
We're like etiquette that isn't the law, but something that people should be doing that they might not. I mean,
just the cart narc. So you get such a type of person, and you get such a reaction from them. But like, what if it was handicap parking? It really wouldn't work because then you'd be like, "Are you really handicapped, sir?"
Right.
well, that's also
Like
a crime.
you don't
to park in a
harassing someone asking for proof. You have to. There's too many barriers to like the reaction.
Yeah.
Do you see the debate on reclining your chair on an airplane?
Yeah, I think it's bullshit. Recline your chair. Like that's.
You have every right to recline your chair. Just put it up when you're told to put it up.
But there's a lot of people that are like, if you recline your seat, you're like scum of the
jerk.
earth.
I think you should be a little. You should recline your seat before the drinks are served. Because if someone has like their drinks and stuff set up, and then there's a little bit of an abrupt jerk, you're gonna
and do it
potentially
gently. Like that's another thing. There is some etiquette where some people will just slam it back, and that is, what are you doing?
That's crazy. I've had it where my laptop screen was under that little flap, and then the screen gets pushed back, and it almost breaks.
Oh yeah, true.
So
do it gently.
It has to go slow.
I always do it gently, and I usually will try and wait till the person behind me is sleeping, and then it's like, well.
Oh, you're looking around to make sure.
Oh, also, like, if there's like a mother with her baby back there, I'm not gonna like slam it back.
Oh, fuck that baby. I had a baby kick my flight for 6 hours once.
So did I on my flight back from Greece.
How was Greece?
Oh, it was so much fun. Thanks for asking, Joe.
The refrigerator
magnet broke.
Well, it fell.
Did it break?
Yeah, it chipped.
How did it fall?
I don't know. I think Patricia maybe closed it, and it was a heavy.
I was
magnet.
gonna say, I don't know that the magnet is strong enough to hold the piece,
but it was.
I can't believe it made it all the way from Greece and then broke in California.
I know. It's okay. It was a gift shop magnet.
Did you throw it away?
Yeah.
Jesus, Matt.
What did you want me to do?
I don't know, like the Japanese art of gluing things back together and then the imperfection.
Did it shatter or was it cracked in half?
How many pieces?
3.
That could be glued.
You could put that back together.
I shouldn't have even told you about it. I bet.
Oh, because I was actually thinking about. I can't wait to go see it on Saturday at your little thing that you're doing at your house.
Another thing that I'm not invited to. Here
Listen,
we go.
if you want to come, you can come.
First the magnet, now the event.
What do you think the thing I'm doing on Saturday is?
1 year anniversary.
No, he's converting to Judaism, and we're doing a Torah class.
We're just having like a game day watch party, watching sports.
Gangbang watch party?
Game day watch party.
What was that thing you were telling me about? You wanted to take us to P. Diddy's pool house in West Hollywood the other day?
Were you bummed that he had all your baby oil when they had raided his house?
That's crazy.
He's fucked.
He's going to jail.
He is in jail.
I know, but for the rest of his life?
I actually haven't read anything about it. I don't know what he's being charged with. I don't know what the crimes he's being accused
Racketeering.
Of. But like, I haven't read the indictment or like read what the charges.
Trafficking.
I'm just seeing the lore of other people all resigning from record labels.
Is that real? Twitter is such a fucking like not a good place to get information
it's
anymore.
Funny, you look at Twitter, I look at TikTok, and then we have to try and find the middle ground where the
What's
reality
real?
is.
Did you see the Tenet Media scandal, the Russian influence of YouTubers on? Okay, this is crazy.
Is this true?
100% true. It's a Department of Justice indictment that I read in Greece. It's like a 47-page indictment or something.
You read the entire indictment?
Yeah, when I was on vacation. It was like reading a fucking James Bond movie.
Reading it on the beach?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I have had this feeling that like some of these right-wing Republican people, the way that they speak, it literally sounds like they're giving pure Russian propaganda talking points. And maybe it just so happens that's their point of view, sure. But I had this inkling, and even mentioned it to a friend on the trip. And while I was on the trip, the indictment comes out. Essentially, what they're accusing of, what they are saying happened is there is two Russian people who used to work for Russia Today, which is Russian state television funded by the government of Russia. They went to these two people in Canada who had a media company. Together, those two people at the media company went to a group of YouTubers. One of them is Tim Pool. Another guy is Brian Johnson, I think his name is. And another guy is Dave Rubin. And they basically went to these guys and were like, hey, we're going to start a media company. And we're working with some financiers. They made up a whole fake profile of like some French Bulgarian billionaire who was funding the whole thing. They made a one sheet that was like completely fake, and it was like, this guy does entrepreneurship and whatever, and they told these YouTubers, we're going to pay you a lot of money to make YouTube videos. These guys were posting content on their channel. They were getting maybe like 500 to 1,000 views per video.
500 views?
500 views on their channel. And they were like,
views.
We're going to give you a non-exclusive license. We'll let you post the videos on your channel, but we also want them on our channel. And one of the creators that they were paying them $100,000 a month. And the other guy, Tim Pool, they were paying him $400,000 a month.
Give me an example of what these videos would be.
And
just like news recap stories, but like a lot of them were very anti-Ukraine. Like, we need to stop funding Ukraine in the Russian war, and like we need to like.
What year was this where they were approached?
Right now.
Okay, right
like,
now.
Were they fake news articles?
No, it's like YouTubers who are just getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get like 500 views to just spit out pro-Russia talking points.
But is this a scam? I'm confused.
It's just
It's like a backdoor propaganda
imagine
strategy.
It's essentially propaganda from the Russian government that's using American YouTubers, but just paying them a shitload of money.
They're giving one-sided stories.
Kind of, yeah. But like, imagine. So
Did they really like these YouTubers' content? They were like, these would be perfect candidates because we like their style.
Yes.
Aren't there like actual just like Russian Americans like posting on YouTube these same points
to get credibility with an American audience? They're like, we want to get American people to do this.
And the videos were only getting 500 to 1,000 views,
and they were making millions of dollars.
What's the advantage of that? The views are so low.
So was the point to get them to post those videos on their own channels?
Well, they would like clip them, and they would sort of share new articles, like when Tucker
to show that Tim Pool's talking about this.
Exactly.
And this is illegal.
The illegal part is not what the YouTubers were doing. The YouTubers are claiming that they're victims in this, which is like kind of bullshit. What the charges against the two Canadians who took the money from Russia and didn't declare it as. There's something called FARA, the Foreign Agent Registration Act, where if you are working with a foreign government, you need to disclose that you are taking money and using it to like do propaganda in the U.S. It's fine if you want to do propaganda. You just need to disclose that so we know.
So who do you tell?
Who do I tell?
Like the IRS?
Oh, you register with like the government. But here's what I would ask you, Joe. If someone came to you and you had like a second channel where you were getting like 500 views a video, and they were like, "Hey, Joe, we have an investor. You're never going to meet him, but he's interested in giving you $100,000 a month. And we'd also like you to maybe talk about a few things." Like, wouldn't that raise a red flag for you?
It would definitely raise the flag, because then they have that clip that they can share wherever.
Yes.
And that's probably what they want, because like you said, they're not going to pay you that much money for 500 views.
I think it would be very alarming if you just like weren't if your content already was like, I just cover what's in the news and on pop culture all the time.
Yeah.
And then you thought, oh, this is just a communication company giving me some headlines. Sure, I don't mind putting it out, but you don't realize where it's coming from. That's the problem. I think something would be fishy if I was like, this just does not seem up my alley for me to talk about.
And just the amount of money was just like insane. It's a crazy, and it came out again that there was another indictment that they have like over 2,000 influencers that the Russian government is like monitoring to push out.
Influences?
No, I was thinking
Did
like,
you check?
I mean, no, we're not on there because we don't talk about news. It's really news and politics focused people that they're looking at. But
Carly
like,
and Aaron talk all about Real Housewives.
it would be kind of nuts to get that offer to be like, okay, we're going to pay you $5 million a year. And like, all you need to do is just like kind of talk about this. I think I understand like that it's an insane amount of money, but you have to wonder like, this is not, there's something fishy going on here. Like, I don't know, just be on high alert if anyone's hitting you up, all you YouTubers out there that are watching this, if anyone's offering you a shitload of money.
Yeah, look out.
Find out where it's coming from.
Is Buc-ee's in Texas equivalent to Wawa on the East Coast?
I think Buc-ee's is probably better and bigger. Buc-ee's is an institution.
But Wawa's an institution.
I think a Wawa is just as big as like a normal convenience store, maybe a little bit bigger.
No,
a Buc-ee's borderlines like the size of, I wouldn't say a Target, but like very
Buc-ee's
close.
are like a department store.
Oh, I've never been. I thought it was just like a Wawa.
Yeah, I also think that Buc-ee's are in more remote, less populous areas.
I think
Wawas
Buc-ee's
are like
usually
in every
positioned
town.
on like very massive highways or like
Wawas are like
huge
Dunkin'
interstates.
Donuts.
Yeah, Buc-ee's are like road trip stops, whereas
Yes.
Wawas are like daily stops.
Oh.
Buc-ee's is if you're on I-95 in the middle of nowhere. The Buc-ee's is like the oasis on your road trip.
Right. Rarely like is a Buc-ee's placed in the middle of suburbia.
There's a Wawa on 3 times on every highway in New Jersey. You'll see a Wawa.
I can't believe you've never been to a Buc-ee's. You would eat it up,
I
man.
passed it when going to your wedding in Alabama, but it was off the road, so we didn't want to pull over.
Yeah.
I think we were going back to the airport even. It wasn't even nearby.
I know where it's at. Over by
Yeah.
the Barker, the Baker.
When you go
Center.
back to Alabama, is it just like paradise?
Is it like paradise?
I just picture
Alabama.
You're out of LA, you're in small
I do love the coziness of like the Birmingham suburbia or the area like Patricia's from. It's like a really adorable town.
I
would
just
call
picture it like
town.
a Hallmark movie.
Yes, it's very much like that.
It is kind of. I was at one of the houses that he goes to. It is kind of similar to like a Central Jersey, nice suburb. A lot of trees, a lot of individual houses.
Nice Route 18.
Happy birthday to Bruce Springsteen, turned 75.
Today?
Really?
Yeah.
Performing at the Stone Pony later tonight at 7 o'clock.
Is that true?
Probably.
No, he did just do an appearance at some festival in Asbury Park, though, and it got like 100,000 people showed up.
Have you ever seen him perform?
Yeah, once in college. It was unbelievable.
I saw him perform at SNL.
I drive by his high school that he used to go to every day.
Oh, did you?
Freehold
Borough.
High School?
Borough.
Yeah.
You went to Borough?
I went to Township.
He didn't
Where'd you
know
go,
that.
Marlboro?
Yeah.
What pro NFL team did they do that big bust for? This was like in the 80s or the 70s that they
Yes,
told a
the
bunch of
free
criminals
tickets.
that they were getting free tickets to, like, I think maybe it was the Philadelphia Eagles, and a whole bunch of people showed up to claim their free tickets, but all of these were people who had warrants out for their arrest.
It was just a sting operation?
a huge sting, and they had people like, "Woo, welcome! Just go right into that ballroom right there. Put down your information. Is this your ID? Verified. All right, now go over there and cuff."
That is something I would fall for.
It was called Operation Flagship, and it was a sting operation joined together by the U.S. Marshals and the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. that resulted in 101 wanted fugitives being arrested.
For what team was it? If it was in D.C., that must have. I guess that's kind of a good. What I'm just curious for what team, because D.C. doesn't have a team.
The tickets were for the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Washington Redskins.
Oh, all right.
Honeypot sent invitations with free tickets to the game. Yeah, and that footage of everybody's just waiting in line like, yeah, we did it!
they had footage
they're
of
like,
this?
yeah!
Yeah, they filmed
it
the
was
whole
a whole
thing.
news segment.
And
on
all of the cops were dressed undercover as just like ticket people and security guards and getting people inside. They bring them into the room and then they arrest them. Genius.
it. Do they still put wires on people?
Oh, yeah.
Or can they just have your phone on you and just download this app and it's just going to be recording the whole time? Like, are they still attaching a hard wire on someone's body?
I think it's in like a watch or
It could be,
in
yeah.
the
Or it
could be
in the
deep in
glasses.
your-
Yeah, it
ear.
could just be in your earlobe at this point. Probably super, super small.
Did you see that like video of like Diddy like touching up Justin Bieber and it looks like he's like patting for a wire? But I'm like,
It's
are
possible.
wires like that to these days? I don't know.
Probably back then they were.
I mean, it was like 5 years ago.
No, I thought it was like 15 or 10.
Oh, I don't know.
Justin looked really young then.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It kind of looked like maybe his sorry days.
What's something you learned about recently, Joe?
Something I learned about recently, Joe. Electric vehicles.
Talk to
And
me. Oh, I saw you got a new whip in there.
My wife got a new whip.
Oh, that was new.
She has a hybrid.
Oh.
So it gets
a
30
hybrid.
It gets 37,
It's a hybrid.
37 miles for the charge. And we're trying to figure out about getting the new 48 volt in the house or 240 volt in the house.
You don't need that.
No, we do. This thing takes forever to charge.
It's only 37 miles of battery, Joe.
Overnight, plugging it into the regular wall outlet only gets like 8 miles
Overnight?
overnight.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
really
little
slow.
That's not good.
I don't know if it's. Do you think it's that outlet?
Why didn't you opt for a full EV?
I don't know.
Are you being paid by Big Oil?
No. Yes. Because I wanted to get a Tesla, and it doesn't make sense for both of us to have EVs.
Why
No,
not?
because you'd be swapping that cord around all the time,
You
tripping
live
over.
during Superstorm Sandy. What if there's an emergency? One of us should have a gas car. One of us should have an electric car.
Got a prepper over here.
Oh, are you a doomsday prepper, Joe?
I'm
You
not
got
a
a bunch
doomsday.
of cans.
I'm a normal person who prepares for the worst.
Okay.
Do you have a bunch of cans of like tuna fish somewhere in case the apocalypse happens?
Beans.
Beans?
Would you be a prepper though if you had like enough money to like prep?
I think it's like if the shit's going down, I don't think any amount of prep is going to change it. Like
That's not true. You lived during Superstorm Sandy. Wasn't there no power for like a week
it was
there?
like 3 to 4 days. It was a little. Actually, that was pretty scary. The
and
radio wasn't even working.
The lines are crazy long at the gas station. You can't get any food. It's a nightmare.
The next morning, me and my dad drove around because cell phone service out, internet service out, power out, TVs out, no internet, nothing. We went into the car and we're like, let's go see if the grocery store is open. We turned on the radio. Every radio station was silent. And I was like,
Crazy.
Oh.
it's over. We're done. Like the entire world is knocked out. But went to the Wegmans or whatever and there's people there.
But there's a crazy line, no?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a lot of those things are just supply and demand. It's not really the end of society. Like,
No, it's not, but it definitely would make it more convenient if I didn't need to go wait in line for toilet paper.
but you think a gas car is going to get you further than a electric car?
If there's no power in the house for 2 weeks, I'm going to be able to go get gas.
I guess. I mean, I don't. It's crazy to me to buy a car. First of all, LA really doesn't even have power outages ever. That's a good thing about this
In
town.
an earthquake. The Northridge earthquake, dude. It was really
you
bad.
think having a gas versus an electric car is going to make the difference if the big one happens?
In terms of the aftermath, 1,000%.
There's gonna be so much traffic, though.
Yeah.
It's like get a horse.
Yeah, or a helicopter at this point.
Yeah, a horse
Okay,
will
I'll
get
look
you
into
where
a horse and a helicopter
you
next.
need to be.
That's what I would do. That's the Bill Burr thing. He
You'd
said
get a horse?
He's been
Get a fucking horse. Just What?
That was
no.
really
You would
good.
get a helicopter. That is a
was
good Bill Burr. Yeah.
Shockingly good.
Snot just came out of my nose.
No, he's got his helicopter's license and has a helicopter because his whole thing is.
Yeah, just chop. Get the fuck out of here. Bye.
Does he have his own plane or chopper?
I think he bought one. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're that expensive. Like a regular small helicopter,
30 or 40?
Maybe a little more than that, but
100?
yeah, maybe. I mean, he does well.
I bet you can get a cheap helicopter.
I could see you getting your pilot's license soon.
I just watched a sick documentary last night. It's on Netflix, Apollo 18 or Apollo 13, the survival mission. Have you heard of this documentary?
I have not.
Oh my God. It's all based on original footage from the 1970 or whatever it was. It's all footage of this space mission that
Where they couldn't get them back.
Yeah, there was a problem in the mission, and you see like inside of NASA, you see the people filming themselves in the spaceship, you see the women who are the wives like waiting around the phone to hear updates, and you hear all the actual transmissions. There's no voiceovers from modern day. It's just like, this is what happened.
Didn't Jack Black's mom help assist in the Apollo mission? Like she was like about to birth Jack Black and was like in the hospital drafting up some plans to like make it happen.
I think you're right about that. Yeah,
That is true. And
Yeah.
wait, was Hidden Figures also based on Apollo, or was that getting the men to the moon? Actually, no, because I think Glen Powell played John Glenn or Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin. I think that was going to the moon. My bad.
I think all the missions were called Apollo though, so you might be right.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like Apollo 3, Apollo 7,
Apollo 11?
Apollo 11.
Was going to the moon, right?
Yeah, I think
because
so.
that's what the sweater the little boy in The Shining is wearing.
Oh yeah.
And they think that was like a message about how like Stanley Kubrick filmed the moon landing.
Are you guys AMC member passes?
Yes, I am.
No, I don't trust those. After Movie Pass, I don't know about that.
What happened to
the
Movie
thing, well,
Pass?
then you're like, but going to the movies, you're going to spend around $17.
There's not 2 movies a month that I'm interested in seeing in theaters.
That's
There's maybe
so
2
false.
movies a year that I'm interested in seeing in theaters.
Patricia and I sometimes just like doing a little bit of a movie binge.
It's almost like you're just watching TV at home. That's when you get the pass, you just go.
Yeah, when there's a movie like I have to go see, I'm glad I have it.
I think I have something in my brain that going to the movies is like a half-day event. It's a big to-do. It's
I
a big
do wish
schlep.
it was easier. I
Oh.
really do wish.
I go to City Walk. It's 5 minutes to walk in.
Oh yeah, but you got to also share a parking lot with theme park goers. And
No, you
stuff,
don't.
And
You
it's
get-
so stressful. You
It's
manage
$30
Jurassic
to park
parking.
there.
It's $5. It's $10, and you get a $5 refund at the movie theater.
He does have a point.
I mean, I am spoiled from the Freehold movie theater, which massive parking lot. You just park your car.
You can't live in
walk
the past from 10 years ago. You live in LA now.
Did y'all have a dollar theater growing up?
No,
Dude,
We had $2 Tuesdays.
Dollar theater. We had 50-cent Tuesdays, man.
Was it a
Did
good
you grow up
theater,
in the
though?
1950s?
Dude, we were doing it in 20 up to 2012 at a dollar theater in Louisville. Smoke
Yeah.
a little bowl in the parking lot.
But how bad were those seats?
It was okay. It was
Are
a
you
dinky.
sitting up like a fool?
Who? You sound like David Dobrik. How good are the seats? I need,
Because
I
that's
need them
the
all the way back.
No, that's the comfort level. That's what you're paying for at an AMC. You get the AMC signature recliner.
It's a cinema. That's a cinema.
I cannot sit there uncomfortable looking like this.
I don't know. That's how it used to be for all of our ancestors.
I feel like
Just a
movies
typical-
these days are also such a gamble. If I go to the theater and it's one of those like 12-person things where the fucking screen is smaller than my living room, what the fuck? I just wasted an afternoon? No. IMAX, I will go and see. That is worth it.
There are movies that I think need to be seen on a screen.
Yeah.
Like what? You're going to wait till Dune to watch it just at home? I
No,
think that's
Dune, you
one
got to go see an IMAX.
You should go see.
I've never seen Dune.
I didn't like the second one, but
I thought people liked the second one, didn't like the first.
I know, I disagree with them. It's just
like
because
both.
Austin Butler was in it. They were like, oh, he's so hot.
Oh, and you
He
felt
does
that way?
not look attractive in the movie. He looks like the least attractive of.
I will say, he still looks hot. They covered him in like a bald cap and painted him pitch white, porcelain. Like he doesn't even look like a human being, but you can still tell
He's
that's
a movie
hot
star.
guy. Yeah,
He's getting there.
I
I need to see more dynamic, more range
Yes.
from
From
Butler.
him?
Yes, I need to see him
Elvis didn't
because he's
do
always
that?
hiding behind.
Yeah.
He's always hiding behind something.
I need like him
It's like
to
a
do
bit of a gimmick. I'm like, no, I want to see you just as like a normal guy.
right, like a drama where it's just dialogue.
Like him and his wife, like a
emotion.
revolutionary road. Show me a revolutionary road with Austin Butler.
Revolutionary Road, for those who haven't seen it, Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio in their absolute prime, husband and wife couple in the 1950s. Michael Shannon is in it, directed by Sam Mendes. The acting between Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet is so fucking good. And fun fact, I believe Kate Winslet was married to the director of that movie.
She was.
And then they got divorced after that movie, and I'm convinced it's because of how fucking good the two of them were as a married couple in that movie that he was like, oh, maybe. I mean, this is all speculation, but it's it's in my top 4 on Letterboxd. What's your top 4 on Letterboxd, Joe?
Yeah, what is it? Let's
Mine-
see it. It's probably
Ninja Turtle Strike Back.
or a Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed. Heavyweights.
SpongeBob the movie 3D.
Heavyweights is so good. I don't have a solid top 4 because I have to really think about it. But right now, it's just Jurassic Park, Dumb and Dumber, The Covenant, and Finding Nemo.
The Covenant.
Which are not, they're not it.
Dumb and Dumber is a really good one.
The Covenant, the movie about the kids with like magical powers and shit.
No. The Guy Ritchie war movie with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
It was
that is
phenomenal.
I'm thinking of Covenant.
But it wouldn't be in the top 4. I
You
have
got-
to
you
really
gotta
think
update.
about it.
You gotta update your top 4.
that.
I do
What
have
are yours right now?
Probably Revolutionary Road.
never seen it.
Oh, Joe, amazing. The Weatherman, Nicolas Cage, 2005.
Never seen it.
Never
Oh my
seen
God.
That's the one with he has like the bow and like the arrow.
Yes.
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 I know the cover.
It's similar in tone to The Family Man, which is a great holiday movie.
Yes.
I think Back to the Future is in there, and then
First one?
of course.
yes.
He has it memorized.
Actually?
Apparently,
the first
I've always
back,
wanted to.
first Back to the Future. I could do line for line all 3 of them.
I'm friends with Christopher Lloyd's nephew.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good get. And the Cool Hand Luke.
Ooh,
That's
Cool
a really
Hand
good
Luke.
one.
Oh yeah, that's a Paul Newman film.
Yes.
He's in prison.
I don't know. It might be a little bit above your intellect level.
I got a
Joe.
little Plastic Jesus. You know,
Huh?
his card. That's the song Plastic Jesus.
Oh, remember that TikTok that went viral of that girl singing that one?
Yeah, of course. No, Plastic Jesus is a really good song.
I thought what?
You
Nothing.
see The Perfect Couple?
I started it. Ugh, I was really kind of
Is that-
disappointed in
It
it.
picks up.
Yeah, but it's just everybody on the show is unbearable. It's unbearable.
Wait, is this the Sydney Sweeney Glen Powell thing?
No, that is Anyone But You. This
What did
is
you just say?
The Perfect
Perfect
Couple.
Couple.
Nicole
Oh.
Kidman, Liv Schreiber, the girl from White Lotus, who was on that show that Patricia loved. Oh, what was it called? Not the A List. It was like the something list. It's such a good show.
And Dakota Fanning.
Dakota Fanning.
It's on Netflix. It's really good.
It's so
It's not
like
really good. It's good.
Can I be a hater?
Please.
Glen Powell? I'm sick of him.
He's
wait, he's just getting started.
He is just getting started.
I'm so sick of him. He's not just getting started. He's in The Dark Knight. He's in
in Dark Knight?
Top Gun. Yeah, he's in a bunch of movies with these like small roles. I feel like Hollywood's been trying to force him on us for a decade, and I'm just fucking sick of him already.
what's
Buddy-
with the GP hate?
He's a great actor.
I don't get it. I think he's just
Let him cook.
He's for the boys.
We've been like looking for like a
stud in Hollywood.
Yes, like a mold of that type of guy who's he's like a millennial. You know, he's from our generation. I think we've been looking for someone to fit that like Dennis Quaid mold, and he's it right now.
Killed it in Top Gun.
Yeah. He's like a Bill Paxton too. He's like, I think he's a pretty like versatile man. Why am I
Ryan
saying-
Gosling's for the girls. Glen Powell's for the boys.
I
Yeah.
would give
Did
me
you
a
see-
Ryan
did you see
Gosling.
Fall Guy.
I mean, that was horrific.
It wasn't bad, but like I hate a movie where it's like we're gonna make a movie with enough action for the guys and enough romance for the girls.
Yeah, that
it's
one-
a perfect date movie.
That one
like
was rough.
I hate seeing through that shit. I'm a cynical bastard.
Ryan Gosling, give me 100 out of 100 times over Glen Powell. Any role that Glen Powell did, Ryan Gosling could do it better.
I think Ryan Gosling is a little bit more serious with his craft.
That's
and
what I-
Glen
yeah.
Powell rides on a lot of charm.
I just feel like Glen Powell's being forced on me. That's what it feels like. Maybe it's just the world that we live in. But
Matthew McConaughey during this time was doing like Failure to Launch, doing all the kind of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
Yeah.
Fool's Gold, all of that stuff. And he was doing the
was
little
cooking.
rom-com molds. And then he goes away for a couple years, comes out with Dallas Buyers Club, best actor, and now he's like
Do you think Glen Powell has that in him?
100. That's probably literally the path he's going for.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
We'll
Let him
see.
cook.
I'm glad to be proven wrong. I'd love to see a gritty version where he's not just being himself with a different like hot girl in the movie, but God bless.
What was he in Dark Knight?
He's just like
cop?
one of the
He
banker,
was like
one of the banker guys
working on Wall Street. Small.
Maybe
Oh,
one
so
line.
Very minimal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, props to him for like sticking with it and getting in these like. It's crazy to look back when there's a good subreddit I like called No Small Parts, and they just find actors that are big now and roles that they did that like no one recognizes or remembers them in being in. So it's fun to see actors try to get like follow their career. You know, you can get in the small movie and then never be heard from again, or yeah, you could be a guy that like Bane punches for one scene in The Dark Knight and then you're.
I love watching just an old film and then seeing some big celeb on screen.
yeah.
You're like, that's Viola Davis
Yeah.
playing the cop.
Yep.
Just saying one line.
Or like Dave Chappelle being in a movie from the 90s and you're like, oh my God, he's like 15 in this. It's
Dave
amazing.
Chappelle is in You've Got Mail.
Is he?
Yeah, pretty big role. I mean, he's like Tom Hanks's like side.
Leon from Curb is in Mr. Deeds. He's the elevator guy in Mr. Deeds.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
like
But he
Adam
was
Sandler
doing-
has a scene with Leon from Curb. I love seeing stuff like that.
Mr. Krabs is in Castaway.
He's also in Lost, which just celebrated its 20-year anniversary.
Who's
of,
Mr. Krabs in Castaway?
I was making a joke from SpongeBob, like a crab just being in Castaway, but it looked
I was
like
like,
Mike
there's-
glazed right past it.
There's not that many people in Castaway.
It's like one person.
It's like Helen Hunt and Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks most of the movie.
When that came out, I was so young, I think, when that movie came out, that I didn't understand that like movies weren't real, and I just thought that was like a documentary.
Oh,
And I was
really?
blown the fuck away that I was like, oh, he ended up delivering the mail at the end, like when he went to actually finish delivering it.
That was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Castaway
Oh,
was
that
so good.
scene. We've talked about Castaway on this pod.
Have we?
That scene where he comes back
At the end?
Try not
yes.
to tap the mic
Oh,
when you're-
sorry.
I was going to say something, but thank you.
That scene where Tom Hanks comes back and Helen Hunt has moved on. And she's kind of moving about the apartment and it's raining outside. And she almost can't look him in the eye, but he can't take his eyes off of her because all he had was that little locket of her and the memories of her the entire time being on that island for well over 4 or 5 years. Oh, it's a beautiful just acting scene.
I'm so cynical now that I'm like, this is just a fucking ad for UPS. Like, look at us. We can deliver the mail even...
FedEx.
Is it FedEx?
It's FedEx, by the way.
Whatever. I'm like...
It was
okay,
a good ad for FedEx.
But why can't we just do it with like, you know, ABC Mailing Company? Why do we
Why
have
would
to...
they make that up? It puts
Money.
us in the real world. I prefer those.
You like that they used a real brand in that movie?
Yeah, it makes it feel real. I mean, the fact that we're still talking about it, if it was just ABC brands, it'd be like kind of forgetful.
I disagree, but to each their own. Matt, you had a topic?
Like King of Queens being the good, he's driving for IPS. Wouldn't you rather it be UPS?
Oh, the show King of Queens?
Yeah.
I'm so dumb. I just now realized they mean
Queens, New York?
Queens, New York.
What'd you think it was?
I thought like he had like a bunch of girls in the house and he was like the king of the queens, kind of.
Shut up.
Because my mom,
Yeah.
my last name is King, and sometimes my mom, we like address her as like, oh, she's the queen of the kings, kind of a thing. And my brain just thought, oh, it's just a dad dealing with a bunch of moms. I never thought about Queens, New York.
That makes sense when you put it like that.
I thought it was
Yeah.
about the cards. Like he always had a pair of queens. I'm not
That's
joking.
never
on the
plays cards,
cover.
though.
That's on like.
Is there a playing card?
Yes, there's some playing cards on it too. Like I
didn't-
thought he maybe did poker. Like,
I'm with you.
or I never realized Legally Blonde is called Legally Blonde because she's in law school.
It's a play on Legally Blind too.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's Legally Blonde because she's in law school too. So it's a both double entendre.
Yeah, there's... Go ahead.
I have movies that I want to put to my letterbox.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Inside Job.
Great film.
Good film.
Or wait, are you talking about Inside Job or Inside Man?
Oh, I think
Inside
you're thinking
Man.
of Inside
With
Man.
Denzel Washington and
Yeah,
Clive
with
Owen.
the bank.
Clive Owen, and he's just like, oh, that heist and stuff. And he starts off with that monologue.
Oh, yeah. That is supreme.
And Jodie Foster.
Yep.
That's on Netflix, I think, right now.
Yes. It might have just left Netflix, but Inside Man is a great one.
Another top movie, probably not the top 4, but the one with the 4 magicians in Vegas and they try and steal all that money.
Oh,
No, I don't know about this
now
one.
You See Me, or
Oh,
what's it?
21
not
Jump
top
Street.
4.
No, it's the
Not
one
top
with
4.
Jesse Eisenberg and Isla Fisher and Woody Harrelson, and they just do magic tricks and rob a bank.
Okay, we're going to pass on that for the top 4.
Abracadabra. There's
Give me
two.
another one.
I'll come back.
You only had 2 for your top 4?
Yeah, I can't think of. There's so many.
I would
solid
keep
ones.
Dumb and Dumber. That's a great one.
And then keep
Those your skis?
Inside Man.
Both of them? Have you seen Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Like recently?
No, I haven't seen it like recently, but it does really, it holds up.
Dude,
like,
it is
when I
piss your
see
pants
clips
funny.
on TikTok and stuff, I'm like, that's pretty funny.
I
think things at rewatching it as an adult, you catch way more jokes than you did as a kid.
It is piss your pants funny. I would highly recommend rewatching that.
Do you remember Dumb and Dumb
With the other two actors?
Yes.
What a
but
swing
Bob
and a miss.
Saget is in it though, and he like, there's shit everywhere. There's shit on the walls.
Also, the first Borat holds up. I mean, it's very, very
not my tempo.
Oh, it's so funny.
I
Matthew.
respect what Sacha Baron Cohen does. I don't know if he's a good guy. Scandal noted, but
Scandal noted.
Didn't he like Isla Fisher just like?
I know they got
divorced
divorced,
him.
but that doesn't mean
No,
I don't know. I haven't
he was
seen
like kind of
anything.
exposed about something. But I don't like hidden cameras and just pushing people's buttons.
Bad
Even
Trip,
though
Eric Andre.
not my tempo.
Oh my, Joe, have you seen that?
I've watched it and it was really funny. Actually, I did kind of enjoy it, but man, I don't like
the cringe humor,
yes, like I don't know,
exploiting people for comedy.
right?
I
Or-
do. There is a sense of guilt where you're like, oh, these guys are just kind of dumb.
It has to be harmless, or it's I don't know. Sometimes it's like, Jackass. We're gonna have an old man with like his nutsack hanging out, walking around Target, or like asking people for help. Like
yeah.
I'm like, you're kind of like, I know that the balls aren't real, but it's making someone feel like they're looking at real balls. I don't know. There's just something.
There is a
little-
level of pushing it where it's like, are we inflicting trauma on strangers and
Yes.
profiting off of it?
Or, oh my gosh, there was one prank video I watched recently where like guys were going up to strangers and asking them to smell smelling salts.
No, that's
That's
not good.
messed up.
And I don't, or the ammonia stuff that you smell.
I think
like,
doing
I go,
it on-
that's not. I know it's not going to kill them, but that's such an intense substance just to like put in someone's face who doesn't know what they're about to get into. It's like. I know you're just trying to get reactions, but that's like not a good type
To
of reaction.
strangers who are not willfully participating, that's probably not
right.
Yeah.
I saw one kid bail out people in jail, and they had no idea who he was, so he bails them out. And they're
That's
like, what are
pretty
you doing?
sick. I like that.
That was a pretty interesting clip.
Yeah, that is, or
And then
Yeah.
he did, would you rather $100 or should I bail out the next person?
He really said that.
Yeah.
were people taking the money, or they were saying bail out the
They
next
said
person?
bail out the next person, but then he gave them the $100 anyway.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What did he look up what their crimes were before he bailed them out?
I didn't
Like,
see that much of
I
the
would
clip.
kind of be like, oh, he broke into a water park, let him out.
Yeah.
But like, if it's like, oh, he assaulted his wife, stay in jail.
The two people that he bailed out were very confused as to why he did that.
Have you seen the "she deserved the purse" trend going on?
No.
There's just a clip, and it's a shot of an aisle, like a baby aisle in a Target or a Walmart, and in between a bunch of diapers and like baby products, there was a purse with the tag still on it, and it just said "she deserved the purse." The implication is that there was a mom who was thinking about buying herself a purse, but when she got to the baby aisle, she realized she couldn't afford the purse, put the purse back on the shelf, and bought the diapers for her baby, which is like a nice sentiment. It's clear, okay. And then another girl posted "she deserved the purse" and was showing her like putting a bunch of $20 bills.
Oh, I saw that video. So, okay, that makes sense with the original thing. I
Yes.
thought this was a line in something or a song. And
Yeah,
it was
the
just,
original is there's the one that you're talking about got way more fucking views, and I think it's gonna like inspire a trend of people just
Putting money.
leaving
but
money.
hopefully
in.
it doesn't encourage anybody to go and
I
just start
know.
tearing up baby products
Yep.
that are for babies, thinking you're going to get $20. Give it to the moms.
Not very demure, not very mindful. Am I right, guys?
Oh,
Dude,
boy.
very, very chic.
It's funny how brands are just like sometimes so trying to stay relevant, and I feel like in 6 months from now we're gonna see like some insurance company being like very demure, very
You
mindful.
better hawk to your way to savings this
It's just
holiday
gonna catch
season.
up to them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hawk Tua the halls with Holly.
talk to a.
I don't know. On my
We have
on the
we have
fourth
Condoleezza
day of
Rice
Christmas.
on-
On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Hawk Tua.
Do you want to come by if Patrick Warburton comes over?
Joe, would you let me?
Probably.
Can I?
Take over.
Can I be you?
I can prepare some questions that he's probably never been asked before about Seinfeld.
For sure, definitely. You want to do it?
100%.
I do have to figure out the chair situation. Unless we share a chair.
I can maybe like sit on a little stool next to you right there?
Yeah, we
Oh,
could.
that'd be so cool.
When are you doing it?
A couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going home for Jewish holidays.
When
for
you come back,
October 5th or 6th.
I'll make sure to do it when you're back.
Joe, that would be really impactful for me. I did get to meet Jackie Childs, who plays the lawyer on Seinfeld. I don't know if you know who he is.
Who is he in terms? Like, what was his character on the show?
He was Jackie Childs, the lawyer, for Kramer, and a bunch of. He's not a big character, but he's like a very iconic Seinfeld character. Adam did some show for like Topo Chico, and he just happened to be there because his nephew was like putting the show on, and I was like, "That's fucking Jackie Childs."
You ever eat at Tom's Restaurant?
No, I heard it's not that great. I've stood outside of it before, but
Same.
yeah, I don't know. Jerry is the one. He might be. Jerry is and Adam Sandler are probably the two celebrities that I have yet to meet that I would like. That is bucket list here.
I'm so delusional. I thought that I really had a chance of interviewing Jerry.
Did you reach out to him?
I was really close to it. I mean, I did reach out to like every possible connection that I could.
Lately, I've been like, I don't want to meet any of my idols.
Hold on. What happened with Jerry? How close did you get?
I didn't get anywhere, but he was doing every possible podcast.
He
and
was to
he
promote
was-
the Pop-Tarts movie.
And he was doing podcasts that were like smaller than me. So there was a chance that I could have done it. All he needed was that one person on his team to be like, hey, you should do a social media younger gen person. And then boom.
Joe, you were good enough friends that if you got Jerry, you would let me know, right?
I mean, I knew you were a Patrick Warburton fan, but I didn't know you liked Jerry.
You know what, man? I've met Larry David before.
How was that?
Amazing. Funny.
At the coffee shop?
No, he did a stage performance. He did Broadway, and I saw the first ever previews night that he ever did.
And you shook his hand?
Yeah. And he was like, "You're not going to get me sick, are you? I have to go on again tomorrow." And I was like, "No, I'm not sick, Larry. I promise." He goes, "Okay, come here." Yeah.
Were you like crying inside?
No, and then there was a guy with a tattoo of Larry, and he was like, "Larry, look, I have a tattoo of you." And Larry was like, "That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen."
Why would you do that?
That's funny.
I met Blink-182 and I lost all my words. I couldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
I talked to Travis Barker at an emo night once, actually.
That's cool.
He was very sweet, very nice. Didn't you have his son on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice.
You're pretty okay. Let's not push it.
Twice.
What else you got for us, Joe?
That's it, my friends. I just want to thank you guys for coming.
That's
Oh, what a breeze.
We can keep going.
Yeah, let's
I
go.
did have a
I
couple
do
more
have
things.
Unfiltered after this.
Do you have to leave?
Oh, Heath says he is arriving at 6:10. So, yeah, I
You
got
have a lot
time,
of
but
time.
I did buy a new Christmas Village piece that is ready at Michael's.
Oh.
But they'll hold it until, they only hold it for 4 days. Do you think you could pick it up for me?
What do you, I mean,
The one on
Michael's,
Ventura?
it's right across your street.
You're going to send Mike to Michael's?
I can pick it up for you, yes.
Okay.
Just, I think you need to send me the confirmation
Yeah.
email so that they'll give it to me because I'm not Matt King.
Yeah,
Do you think energy drinks are bad?
Yes. Not in like a never drink one, but I think the way that people use them to like replace coffee first thing in the morning every single day.
Because you're such a coffee stan.
I think coffee is like supreme to most other beverages. I only drink either coffee, Olipop, or water.
Do you ever hear people drinking too much coffee having heart problems? No, right?
Not really, but I think it's because energy drinks have other chemicals and products in them that
and
are
vitamins.
But people have been drinking coffee for years. Like, there would have been studies and reasons why.
What are you trying to get at here?
I'm just curious because I heard you guys talking about it on your podcast that Matt drinks energy drinks and you said you shouldn't do that.
I don't think you should drink an energy drink every single day first thing in the morning, like on an empty stomach. I think that's not good. I think if you drink like an energy drink a day, as long as you're drinking plenty of water and also eating healthy and like whatever.
That's fine.
But
I don't like dark liquids that much.
So you don't like coffee at all? I used to
The
love
darkest
it.
thing I probably drink is like a Guinness.
I just hated it that when you would travel, you'd have to go get a coffee somewhere. You'd have to go try and find a good coffee shop somewhere.
I don't
Because
get
you
why
needed the
people.
caffeine.
I don't get why people get coffee before you get on a flight.
that's crazy.
Why do I want to be pepped up for a 4-hour flight sitting in a chair? Unless you got work you got to do. But when I'm at airports, it's like all these people getting coffee. Where are you going? You're sitting. You're going to be sitting zooted on caffeine.
and the GI complications of just being up in the air?
No,
It already dehydrates you. It's a diuretic. Also, people get coffee on the fucking flight.
I don't know. That's a big no-no, but people still do it.
Even drinking on the plane, I never understood.
Alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
no,
having
you-
a little mid-flight beer, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, and a little Bloody Mary. They taste better because of the elevation.
I don't want anything that's not sealed on a flight. I don't know, because and I don't want the
What's
ice.
not sealed?
A Bloody Mary. They're mixing. I
They
don't know.
give you Bloody Mary mix in a can, sealed, and then
Okay.
they give you 2 little things of vodka, sealed.
Oh, you're mixing it yourself.
Yeah, the only thing I guess unsealed is the ice.
I'm waiting for the fucking day when those cart people come down the aisle on the flight and they turn that iPad around and I'm to tip on a flight. Absolutely not.
Do you think that'll happen?
I
They
mean,
wouldn't.
dude, it's gonna come to funeral houses. It's coming. It is creeping up into every aspect. I'm surprised you're not doing one at the end of this podcast. Hey guys, thanks so much for coming on. And so I was gonna ask you a quick question.
Yeah,
I don't think
left
flight
yet.
attendants should accept tips.
They can't. Well, they're not supposed to.
No, I think that's like part of their, because they're also there for like safety.
But when you're
purposes,
buying
too.
products, you do have to swipe a credit card, and I'm telling you, there's going to be a day where
But
we're
they're not trying to sell the product. They're just saying, does anybody want it?
What's the best performing piece of content you've posted recently, Joe?
Dancing with the Stars stuff.
With that girl Riley something?
I had 3 people from the show on.
Oh, I that's the one that I get served a lot.
The Riley?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had 3 people who were on it, and I have 2 more people coming over this week.
Dancing with the
boy.
Stars.
I'm all invested in that show. It's so good.
Do you have Anna? Have you had Anna Delvey on here?
I had her partner.
Oh, okay.
But there's talks of us doing one with Anna, which would be sick.
I feel like she would just swerve every question, though.
I don't think she's as bad as people act like she is. I don't.
Yeah, but I
don't know
think
the whole situation.
entertainment-wise, she'll like. So, what was it like staying at the hotel and scamming all those people for all that money? I think for like legal reasons, she can't talk about it. So she like always just goes, "I don't know.
Because isn't the court case still going on?
I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea.
I
don't know much about her. Or
I
the
like her
war.
art. I
Oh,
would never
really?
buy it, but if someone bought me an Anna Delvey piece,
You'd be pumped.
yeah.
That's a weird thing to have in your house, man.
What like it? But
This is an Anna Delvey original, guys. It's pretty
I
cool,
actually
huh?
think it's an investment.
I don't know.
There's like a story behind it, and she's like kind of transcended into that socialite sphere.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes after the show.
Socialite sphere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you watch dancing?
No.
It's really good. Not the right demo.
No.
I don't think so.
All right, what do you guys have coming up
Today I have to record 2 podcasts, 2 more after this.
for Unfiltered?
Yeah.
You don't get tired?
No.
Yeah, but my voice gets strenuous after this.
No,
Like
Matt,
if I did 2 in a row, I wouldn't be able to talk.
no, Matt's a fucking like camel for podcasting. He can just load it up and spit it out.
I love it so much.
We do 2 good influences on Thursday. We're doing a hoot and a half on Friday.
Who do you have?
I have to host a thing tomorrow night at our house, though.
What are you hosting?
Like Channing's doing her like live stream for her
Tatum?
YouTube channel, and they're like cooking, and I have to host it and talk with all the fans and stuff.
Who do you have on Friday?
We're trying to figure that out. Maybe Aaron.
You have any suggestions? Any good guests you'd recommend? Send our way.
I was gonna send you guys J-Lo, but I think she's leaving town on Thursday.
Yeah, she's getting out of Dodge.
Yeah, she's leaving soon. Well, thank you guys for coming by.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Joe.
Guys, go check out Hoot and a Half and Good Influences. They're gonna be linked down below. Go check out Matthew.
Follow
and
me on
Michael.
Instagram.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
See ya.